So we got a question here today. This is Talk Sports 303. I'm Matt Geving.
I'm Tommy Leach.
And the question today is, should J.J. Watt have won MVP? Of course, Aaron Rodgers won it this year. He had, I believe, 38 touchdowns and 6 INTs. Don't quote me on that. I'm just throwing it out there. I'm guessing. Anyway, the point of this is why J.J. Watt should have won. And I think a lot of people agree that he should have, and it's like, what else does a guy got to do, you know? What do you think? Do you think he should have won MVP?
Yeah, I think the MVP's been taken over from, like, quarterbacks are taking it over.
Oh, absolutely.
I think that's a little wrong. They should have their own MVP if it's just going to be for quarterbacks. Aaron Rodgers, yes, he had a great year. He threw for like 38 touchdowns.
Yeah.
But J.J. Watt was just a beast this year. He could play offense, defense. He was unstoppable. He was the picture of the NFL this year. He got like 20 sacks.
Oh yeah, he was the first player, not first, one of very few to have multiple 20-sack seasons. Unbelievable.
Yes, so multiple seasons like that. So that just shows that he's been consistent, and he could keep this up. Maybe he could do it next year, but I don't think he could beat this year. This year was pretty good. He was a tight end for, what, one game?
Several games, actually.
Several games.
So, and to add on to that, he did things this year that no one's ever done before. He was the first player to have a pick six, a forced fumble for a touchdown, and 20-plus sacks in one season. Not to mention the 3 receiving touchdowns. He had 3 total. And these are stats that have never been done before. And for something that's never been done before, it's the equivalent of Peyton Manning throwing 55 touchdowns, and that's why he won MVP. So, I mean, Peyton Manning that year was unbelievable, and he's also a quarterback, so it's a quarterback-driven league, and of course Peyton he deserved to win that year, and this year should have been JJ, because he did stuff, like I said, no one's ever seen that before.
And what else really bothered me is they actually told us the voting, like, live, and it wasn't even close.
Yeah.
Which really surprised me. If Aaron Rodgers, if it was a close race between J.J. Watt and Aaron Rodgers, I could understand that, but it was a blowout.
Well, there were a couple things that upset me. It was the fact that, speaking of J.J. Watt, it's just a little side note, for Defensive Player of the Year, it was unanimous. Everyone voted J.J. Watt, which
is confusing, because why would it be so unanimous for Aaron Rodgers when J.J. Watt was amazing for the votes for the Defensive Player of the Year?
Well, yeah, another thing, and this is just quickly going like in a separate direction, but as a Bronco fan, I was kind of irritated that Chris Harris wasn't even nominated for Comeback Player of the Year. I'll still give it to Gronk. He had a great comeback, but Chris Harris as well. But anyway, that's a separate discussion. Back to JJ though, if it's like, what else does he have to do? I actually the answer to that, what he has to do is be a quarterback, because that's really all it takes, So
be a quarterback, and you'll win MVP every year.
Pretty much. So I think that's basically where we stand on that. I'd love to hear what you guys think. I'm sure a lot of you agree, but maybe some of you disagree. So just right below, leave the comments or message us or tweet us. Just tell us what you think. We'd love to hear about it. Again, I'm Matt Geving.
I'm Tommy Leach.
This is Talk Sports 303, and thanks for watching.